So some tips to keep in mind when you're training is, first of all, this guide is an outline of what to say. It's not a script for you. You can utilize it as a script, but we suggest that you adapt the materials to your specific audience and to your group's needs. It's also important to note that abuse is sometimes not intentional. Doesn't mean that the abuse isn't happening. Sometimes what will happen in your training is people will recognize some of these stories and situations and recognize that they themselves have been abused and did not recognize that that was actually the case. Thirdly, it's not unusual for training participants, especially people with disabilities who in many cases have had experiences either being abused themselves or being aware of abusive situations, to self-disclose. So you may encounter additional challenges with respect to training people with disabilities. Sometimes people with disabilities really have been taught to be agreeable, and so oftentimes you will see them nodding their heads, smiling, laughing at very difficult concepts. So one of the things you may want to do as a trainer, if you're not sure if your audience is really understanding what you've just discussed, is asking some clarifying questions, asking some examples that they could provide to ensure that your audience is actually understanding.